5 goals, 5 assists. That's less goal involvements than Harry Wilson, Kevin Sade, Cody Gakpo, Marcus Tavernier, Leandro Trossard, and even Pedro Neto. And yet, he had not only a much better season than all of them, but had arguably a better season than any Premier League winger, because Jeremy Doku's impact goes way beyond just goals and assists. Thierry Henry himself has said that he has seen very few dribblers who are that fast and devastating. Thierry Henry has spent his whole playing career around the best players in the world. He has been Belgium's assistant manager during their golden generation, and yet, among all of those stars, it was Doku who stood out to him with his dribbling. And once he made his move to Man City, he warned everyone, if you're 1v1 against him, all you can do is pray. And Premier League teams know it. They know they cannot leave him isolated 1v1, so they send another player. But even if Doku is up against 2 players, he will still get past them most of the time. So they send a 3rd player, then a 4th player, and all of a sudden 4 players are moving towards him, which creates a lot of space elsewhere, and that's what makes him unstoppable. If you give him space, he's gonna kill you. If you do not give him space, you leave more space for everyone else. Either way, he hurts you, and he has been hurting every single opponent since he started playing football. When he started at the academies of Beerschot and Anderlecht, he was already rapid, explosive, agile, but also a very intelligent dribbler. He didn't just beat defenders with his speed and strength, he understood how to manipulate defenders. He would control the ball, invite the opponent toward him, wait for his movement, and then burst right past him. He kept doing it over and over again, every single game, and no one was able to stop him. But a lot of academies would see a player like that and urge him to change his playing style. Take fewer touches, release the ball quicker, dribble less, combine more, pass and move without the ball. However, in Anderlecht, they did the exact opposite. They encouraged him to continue. They saw how incredible his dribbling ability was, so they told him to focus on that. Instead of trying to change him by putting too much emphasis on weaker sides of his game, they took his strongest ability and built his playing style around it. And that was crucial, because if they had focused more on ironing out the weaker parts of his game, maybe he would have become a more well-rounded player, but he probably never becomes the freak of a dribbler he is today. He didn't become a generalist, he became a specialist. Generalists are very valuable parts of a successful squad. They are versatile, adaptable, tactically intelligent, but they usually don't have a truly elite attribute that makes them stand out, unlike specialists. And at the very top level, it's often specialists that make the difference, because they do one thing so incredibly well that nobody can stop them. And that is exactly what Jeremy Doku is about. He is not the best finisher, he is not the best passer, he is not the best crosser, but when he runs at your defense, nobody can catch him. And at Anderlecht, they saw that. He continued to destroy every defender until he made it to the first team. At the age of 15, Liverpool were already interested in signing him. They saw him as a future Mané replacement. But while everyone around him was telling him to take the move, to grab the chance while it was there, Doku did not panic. After speaking to Romelu Lukaku, another Anderlecht product, he decided to stay. He believed that if they already wanted him at 15, surely they would come back later once he proves himself at the senior level. And he was right. A few years later, Liverpool were interested again. Chelsea were interested too, but in the end, he chose Man City. Man City won the treble in the previous season, but had lost Gundogan, Mahrez, and Laporte in the summer. They needed reinforcements. However, Doku didn't come as just Mahrez's replacement. He was the face of a new rebuild. City have dominated in England pretty much ever since Guardiola arrived, but over time, their opponents have started to adapt. They started to press them man to man. They were trying to match them physically, and Pep needed new answers. He needed players who were dynamic, explosive, and press resistant. So he brought Jeremy Doku, a player who was completing most dribbles every single game while playing on the same pitches as Neymar, a player who is impossible to defend. Many people have criticized him for his lack of output, inconsistency, or inefficiency, and that is true. Doku is not the most composed player in front of goal, but the value he brings to the team outweighs the negatives. He beats players constantly, pulls defenders towards him, forces them to panic. When Man City face a high man-to-man press, he can move centrally, receive the ball, and beat his player. When they are facing a low block, he can get the ball, burst past multiple players, or draw multiple defenders towards him, which creates more space for his teammates. And yes, his final action is not great, but it doesn't have to be. If he dribbles past a defense 8 times, and out of those 8 actions, he misplaces the final ball 3 times, misses the goal 2 times, but also plays 3 dangerous cutbacks, he still created 3 big chances for his teammates and positively influenced the game. He does not need to be the most composed or polished player in the world if the volume of danger he creates is that high. He might not score many goals, he might not get that many assists, but he doesn't have to. That is not his role. His role is to cause chaos, and very few players can cause chaos as well as Jeremy Doku.